Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. It's a little dreary outside here today, but I'm so excited because we are continuing our week of talking about relationships. And one critical topic that we would be remiss to have this whole week go by and not talk about is forgiveness. You heard me right. I know some of us are so good at holding grudges. In fact, we'll openly announce that, oh man, I hold a serious grudge. It's hard for me to let things go. Today is the day to change that trend in your life. It is so important. I've heard holding on to a grudge described as letting someone else live rent-free in your head. And so often we fool ourselves into thinking by holding a grudge, we are making that person who wronged us pay for what they did. And that couldn't be farthest from the truth. The real person who suffers the most around that grudge is you. The more you hold on to that anger, that resentment, that bitterness, the person who is suffering and giving new life to that anger and that wrong over and over again is you. So today we are going to talk about 3 ways to go ahead and release that grudge forever. So number 1 is recognizing that by forgiving someone, you are not saying that what they did is appropriate or right, or that forgiveness is deserved even or earned. And you can forgive someone even if they haven't apologized to you, if they have no sense of regret for what they did, you can still forgive them, because remember, that forgiveness, that is setting yourself free, not the other person. It really is releasing this deep bitterness and resentment that can be holding you back from so much. So you can do it even if it wasn't, it's not you accepting that behavior or approving of that behavior. Number 2, you may be thinking of a grudge that you've had, like, Cheryl, I've had this for so long, it's a part of who I am. Guess what? Today's the day. You can release it right now. It doesn't have to be in the moment. It doesn't have to be within the year. You can decide today, marking today, St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, 2022, this is when I forgave that person. And you can end it right now. Number 3, you might say, yeah, I can think that in my mind, or I can even say it to the person. But what about the next day, when that anger, that bitterness starts to come up again, and I start to feel that fury at what was done to wrong me? No. As soon as you feel that, you check that thought right in the moment and say, whoop, on March 17th, 2022, I forgave that person, and I love that person, and I wish the absolute best for that person. And listen, even if when you start this process, you're like, I don't know if I believe that to my core or throughout my whole body, every time that thought of that grudge comes up in your head, if you embrace that belief that no, I forgave that person on that date, I love that person, and I wish them the absolute best, I promise you, you will embrace that belief and you will start to feel it to your core. And with that, you will relieve yourself for total freedom from that past hurt and stop giving it new life. So those are 3 ways to do it. And you may be thinking, yeah, that actually sounds doable, but I'm not sure if I really want to do it. I'm not sure that person deserves it, yada, 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 all the excuses that we make to ourselves. Well, I have news for you. You might be experiencing a block in your life right now with totally other people, a block from letting love blossom completely because you are holding on to that grudge. It's almost like taking a part of your heart and you've allocated it to feeling that hurt, that resentment, that bitterness, and so it's unavailable to be open to new love blossoming, whether it's extending love to someone else or really receiving it. So if for no other reason, follow these steps to releasing that grudge, to forgiving that person, so that you can free up your heart and your mind for the love that I know you want in your life. I'd love to hear how this is going for you, and I would love to hear from you if forgiveness is something that is a struggle for you to find in your life. Until we speak again, my friends.